Canada's 15-year import rule opens up a massive inventory of right-hand drive vehicles. Buyers look at local dealer markups, see a 20 to 40% discount in Japan, and start calculating how easily they can afford rare specifications that simply don't exist in the domestic market. That inventory moves at a staggering pace. The Japanese auction network processes thousands of vehicles every single day across over 100 different auction houses. On the internet, acquiring one of these vehicles looks effortless. Browse a catalog, submit a bid, and wait for a pristine sports car to roll off a boat a few weeks later. But the Japanese auction system is built for volume, not hand-holding. It transfers 100% of the liability directly to the buyer. If the car arrives with a blown head gasket or illegal exhaust modifications, the auction house will not protect you. That 20 to 40% discount is not a gift. To keep your cash, you have to pay in sweat equity, late-night research, and assumed risk. This flowchart illustrates the gap between expectation and reality. You expect a straight, simple line from the auction block to your driveway. Instead, you face a tangled web of exporters, shipping lines, federal border agencies, and provincial inspectors. The winning auction bid is only the down payment. The actual landed cost is the sum of that price, the logistical friction, and the modifications required to earn a Canadian license plate. Your only defense against a bad purchase is the Japanese auction sheet. Because you cannot inspect a vehicle 8,000 kilometers away, this single piece of paper serves as your entire health record. Many first-time buyers fixate on the overall numerical grade, like a 4 or a 4.5, and ignore the rest. That is an expensive mistake. This document maps the vehicle's exact condition. The auction inspectors evaluate the exterior, interior, and mechanical state, noting everything from a pristine interior to serious structural flaws. A car with a seemingly clean grade 4 might have a hidden accident history. You have to look closely at the vehicle diagram for specific codes like XX for replaced panels, or W2 indicating a wavy repaint job. You also need to translate the handwritten inspector notes using AI tools or a trusty exporter. This box is where inspectors flag transmission slips, engine knocks, or dead electronics that the overall numerical grade completely ignores. Coastal Japanese cars are highly prone to undercarriage rot. You must scan the notes for rust codes like C or S. A C3 or the word hole means the metal is corroded through, requiring custom welding to pass a provincial safety inspection. Then check the odometer reading. If the sheet says Soko Fume, the mileage is unknown. You have to cross-reference the chassis number with a JEVIC or export certificate to ensure the odometer hasn't been rolled back. Treating this sheet as forensic evidence is mandatory. Bidding blindly on a cheap car with hidden flaws guarantees it will fail Canadian inspections the moment it arrives. Once you win an auction, you have to get the car out of Japan. That requires partnering with the legitimate exporter, verified by the Japan Used Motor Vehicle Exporters Association, or JUMVEA. The exporter handles the complex domestic paperwork. They secure the original export certificate to prove the car is deregistered, translate your commercial invoices, and issue the bill of lading. Next is the ocean crossing. For most buyers, the default method is roll-on, roll-off, or RoRo shipping. These vessels are massive floating parking lots. Stevedores simply drive the cars up the ramps and secure them inside the cargo deck. RoRo keeps costs low and offloading times fast, but the rules are strict. Your vehicle must run and drive. You are also explicitly forbidden from storing spare parts or personal items inside the cabin. If you buy a non-running project car or want to protect a high-value vehicle from sea air, you need container shipping. It costs thousands of dollars more, but it provides a secure, sealed environment. Your choice of shipping dictates your risk exposure and significantly impacts the final cost of bringing the car home. The ocean voyage ends at a Canadian port, where your car immediately hits a wall of federal regulations. First is Transport Canada. Your vehicle must be exactly 15 years old, down to the precise manufacturing month. Hitting that date grants you a vital exemption from modern federal safety standard testing. Then comes a biological hurdle, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency biohazard check. These border enforcement officers scrutinize your incoming cargo for environmental risks. If your exporter didn't thoroughly power wash the undercarriage before it left Japan, the CFIA will flag it. Soil, sand, or plant matter on the chassis triggers mandatory quarantines and heavy cleaning fees. Clearing customs means the car is legally in the country, but it is not legal to drive. The final step is the provincial compliance inspection required to get license plates. This cascading waterfall chart shows how the true landed cost is built. You start with your winning bid, add the ocean shipping, duties, and port fees, and finish with mandatory provincial retrofits, like wiring daytime running lights, replacing flasher units, and buying DOT-approved tires. Clearing federal customs only gets the car onto a flatbed. Passing the strict provincial safety modifications is what ultimately dictates if the car is a viable purchase or a driveway paperweight. Ultimately, that 30% discount on the purchase price is the salary you pay yourself to act as a logistics coordinator and compliance officer. This chart plots landed cost against effort, revealing 3 strategies. The budget enthusiast spends high effort for cheap RoRo shipping. The premium collector pays more for secure container shipping. The turnkey buyer pays top dollar for zero effort, buying locally complianced cars. This is the reward for navigating the system. You gain access to exact specifications and condition levels not available on the domestic market. Protecting your capital and your sanity requires a logistical strategy that carries the vehicle from the Japanese auction block all the way to your driveway. Winning the bid is only the opening move.